Hello, and welcome to another thrilling episode of Music Go Round. I had to put this here because people would have lost their minds if I'd have put this under prog review. I'd like to, but you can't because people go crazy. But I've been playing a computer game recently called Red Dead Redemption 2, and I was overjoyed to discover, actually on the day of when I actually started playing it, because his name came up, that Daniel Lanois is responsible for quite a bit of the soundtrack. I mean, there's over 100 musicians that play on it, but he's got a few songs in there, and his songs appear at key moments and turn the game into more than a game, almost a movie. Yeah, for me, it provides a very emotive core to the game. It really does. That's where I think the music is plays a very important role in the game, and so I was thinking, why not review his fifth studio album? Here Is What Is. One I'm particularly in love with. It's complicated because this was released in it was either the 15th of December 2007 in digital format, or it was 18th of March 2008 on CD. What are you going to do about it? For those who don't know, Daniel Lanois is a Canadian musician who's worked with the likes of U2. You've heard of them. Brian Eno, of course, the Apollo album. He is, he's worked produced So by Peter Gabriel. He's worked with lots of people, more than I can possibly name right here. And I think, again, he's a very important figure in music. I mean, without him, I don't think U2 would have been half as successful, and they wouldn't have necessarily had their sound. Because if you listen to this, you think, bloody hell, he's copying U2. No, it's the other way round. He plays guitar. He's a multi-instrumentalist. He's a producer. Very, very good at what he does. This came. I remember getting this back in the day, 2008, and I plumped for the extended edition. I think this is called the Gold Top edition. And with this, you get loads of stuff. There's a little book and a notebook and some pictures, and he's actually autographed one of them. But more importantly, there's also a DVD. Because the DVD has a 90-minute documentary, and some because there's extra features. So I'm going to talk about both of this because they dovetail together. You could say that the album is actually the soundtrack to the documentary, and the documentary is about the making of the album. Complicated, isn't it? On this record, it's almost like a follow-on from his Shine album, which was, I think, released back in 2003. Don't quote me on that. He says, looking at the thing, 2003. Good job I checked these things. It kind of follows on from that, but it's also, there's a bit more organic instrumental music in it, and the pedal steel guitar, which is featured on the front, is the key. It's kind of the core ingredient to the music, and again, that's why it features heavily on Red Dead Redemption 2, because it instantly gives images of the desert and cowboys and dusty plains. That's why I used the lap steel guitar on that Americana thing that I made, because once you play a pedal or lap steel guitar, it instantly transports you to a certain place in your mind because it's associated with certain imagery, and you get a lot of that here. And it's, like I say, it's a mix between instrumental tracks and songs, proper singy songs. And Brian Eno turns up ruminating about the nature of beauty and romanticism and creativity, and there's some very important messages there. And it's that, and I really do like this record a lot. It's it's one of those ones that nourishes me. If I want to listen to something, if I want to listen to a record where I want to really get into the production, it's this one, because again, Lanois is the producer's producer, and he does stuff. Again, I was saying this to the missus. He does on this record. He does stuff with drums that I was doing Not that I'm comparing myself to him, but and this DVD made me go, yeah, that's it, that's exactly it, and I'll explain it. Turn of the millennium, I was experimenting with loops and drum loops, and I found that if I put two very disparate loops together, as long as they're the same tempo, and you could kind of move them just out of sync slightly, so you get some very interesting rhythmic couplings going on. Even though the two loops might not sound anyway related, you could get them to play off each other. And on this, there's a clip where he's instructing Brian Blade, his drummer. He's already got a drum part laid out on a song, and he wants Brian Blade to complement it, but not exactly play over it, but kind of play around it. And so he pans the two drums left and right, and so you've got this really interesting, and I'm thinking, that's exactly what I was aiming at, that's exactly what I was trying to do. So it makes me feel like I'm, kind of pointing in the same direction, as it were, though. These are amazing professional musicians. Brian Blade, the drummer, who features a lot on this, he's also a guy called Stephen Nister as well, but Brian Blade's playing just, I found absolutely astounding. He's a very open and organic player. And again, seeing the documentary that comes with it, I'm kind of talking about the documentary and the album at the same time. I know it's rubbish, but I really get a lot from this. And I watched the documentary again on Sunday. I've been listening to the album previously last week because I needed the boost, and so I thought, what the hell. But yeah, I really like this record. I think it's absolutely superb, and it's probably overlooked. Nobody's heard it, nobody's seen it, and I think you should. I think you should all immediately go out and check it out. Again, if you've heard any of the Michael Brooks stuff that I've recommended, it's got that kind of organic feel to it. Again, they're contemporaries, they've worked together, and if you like your Brian Eno and you like your U2, you're gonna get a lot from this. And it's a real shame that records like this are lost. And I'm not sure if I'm sure somebody's probably uploaded the bloody documentary to YouTube because they're all parasitic scumbags, but it's a shame that records like this don't get the coverage. And guess what, folks, it's 64 minutes long. It's a long one, and do you know what, I like it. Do you know why? Because it's got variety on it. It moves, and it moves me, and it's a shame. Again, it's a shame that records like this are lost somewhat. And again, I don't know the availability. This is lost now. You can't get this, unfortunately. But it's a real shame that you can't see the DVD because the DVD is really good. Like I said, it's probably on YouTube. Somebody will in the comments go, "Yeah, Darren, it's in YouTube." But do go and watch it because it's fascinating, and you get inside the mind. It's very rare for you to get inside the creative mind, and this is it. And there's some really great advice from Brian Eno on the album and on the DVD documentary, which I think everyone should go and listen to. Again, I'm not going to spoil it. You've got to go and seek it out, but it will change your life if you go and hear it. No word of a lie, it will change your life, and it will change the way you view anyone who's creative, especially if you're a non-creative. You'll go, that's fascinating. I can be like that too. And I've always, in my own philosophy, tried to encourage people to be creative and drawn the curtain back so you can see what's done. And Eno expresses the same motivations too. So again, another thing, I think, I'm on the right page here with this. I'm on the right page. It kind of vindicates me as a person. So and I love it, and it gets 5 stars. Obviously, it gets 5 Moondogs out of 5. Moondog is a fucking great song, and I love it. And Lanois is a fucking great musician and a great instrumentalist, and I just wish I could play as good and sing as good as him. And I like it when Billy Bob Thornton shows up in the DVD because that's really funny. There's a funny little moment, and he plays him. Some stuff to listen to. Do check it out. Do see if you can seek it out. Fine. If the DVD documentary is on YouTube, go and watch it immediately. Do all that stuff. But this is a recommendation. In fact, it's not a recommendation. You have to go and listen to it. It's an order. It's an absolute order. And to the I don't know, 700 people that watch this. Thank you for watching. It's a shame that you haven't shared it around a bit more and encouraged your friends and relatives to watch, because these are the videos I live for. These are the videos that have meaning. These are the videos that everyone should watch. These are the recommendations that people should take up, but they never do. And that is all down to the Google algorithm and YouTube. And because of that, I need your engagement. I need your engagement. So leave a comment in the comment box below about Daniel Lanois or U2 or Michael Brook or anything, just to buoy the engagement factor of this video. So now, yeah, I've been talking about here is what is Gold Top Edition from Daniel Lanois, and featuring Brian Eno and Sinead O'Connor pops up on the DVD. There's loads of people, and it's really, really good. And yeah, and that's it. My name is Darren Locke. There's only one thing left to say, and you know what that is. That's keep the music going round. But more importantly, ta-da!